What's going on, guys? Edgewater1 here, and today I'm bringing you guys actually a different type of video today. Normally I do gameplay videos. Today I'm actually going to be doing an FL Studio tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make Drift From My Walk by Famous Dex, the instrumental to it. So first thing you're going to want to do is actually download the song from YouTube. It can be whether it's the music video or something, just as long as it's like the actual thing. It's not some like high-pitched or lower-pitched version of it. I haven't touched anything really. I just downloaded that, set that up, and then I actually have the sound set up on here. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go here first and kind of get rid of this little delay in the beginning, and just I'm using shift in the scroll wheel and scrolling up to where there's no like delay in the beginning. Like if you look at this, it comes like this, there's no sound here, and then it starts right here. So this is a little bit better to do than just cut it out. Now what you're going to want to do is double click on it, right click here and click detect tempo, so we can actually set up the tempo, and it's probably going to be around from 75 to 150 BPM, and we let that go, and we got it at 130.002 BPM. So you're going to want to click yes, and then it presets it automatically. And yeah, now we have the correct BPM, and now we're ready to actually start working on the melody. So first, the things that you're going to need for this is Nexus, a Lex Luger rim sound that sounds like this. Then you're going to want a snare that sounds like this, and then an 808 like this, a triangle, and a clap. So first thing you want to do is go to Nexus. You're going to click on that, and the sound that we're using for this is PN Arena Ambience. You just click on piano, it should be the first one there on your Nexus synths. Next you're going to want to go to the piano roll, and this isn't too hard of a song to make really, especially like the melody is very simple. Actually, before we do anything, I personally recommend you rename it to Melody, just so you can keep yourself organized. Basically you just right click, rename and color, and you just click melody, you type in melody, and then you just hit enter. Now if you have a keyboard or something, this is a little bit easier to do it on, but you don't need it. So basically the first sound is right there, because it's going to sound like it's going to be basically sounding like that. So this is the first one right here. You're going to want to put one there, and you're going to want to make it, put it out to like right here. And then you gotta find the next sound, which would be, it's different in the beginning. What I recommend you're gonna want to do is just actually get it set so it's like the actual introduction, and you just keep like copying and pasting it until it's the length of the real song, instead of just making or dragging in multiple copies of the melody. So it's now we want to find it's right there. There, and then it goes back down here, and then the lower key, a D5, and then it's so it's gonna go here. You don't want to shrink that and make it like that, so it's gonna. And then you're gonna want to do that, and then this pretty much just repeats itself. So it's, and then it just repeats. So you're gonna want to copy it and paste it. Except you're gonna want to copy these and put them right there. So now basically all you're going to want to do is just copy and paste this constantly. It's an easy fix though. Just goes right there. It's just this repeating constantly. So basically what you're going to want to do is just copy and paste from there and just drag it over. And you just want to keep copy and pasting it until it's going to be about the same length as the real song, which is about like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. What I recommend you do is you bring it into here and you kind of just go along with it. The main thing you don't want to do is drag one of these over a little bit too far or not enough, and then you screw it up completely. Because if you do that, then you have to find out where it is and then go back in and try and you're going to have to erase basically everything in front of it unless it's like a small fix. I'm just doing it like this so I don't mess them up. We're almost there. Okay, so basically we went over a little bit, but it doesn't matter because you could just shrink it like that. So yeah, it ends right there. So now if we play at the beginning with both of them on, they line up well. They line up perfectly. So now you have the melody done. Okay, now we're going to want to work on the... I recommend you actually... You're going to want to do this.
Yeah, everybody keep asking you all the drift. But look, I get the drift.
You're going to want to highlight right there. And now we're going to work on the triangle. This is very, very easy actually. So basically, you're going to want to place it down here so when you go into the piano roll, you can see where you are. So now you come in here. And now you go over to the beginning. It plays with it if you notice that. So if you notice ours is a little lower pitch, and you could just fix that by going up a little bit in the pitch. But not too much, because if you do it, yeah, it doesn't sound right. So just go up a little bit like right there. Like right there. And then it's just this repeats.
I get the drift from my wall. I get the.
And then basically it just repeats. So you could just basically just drag this all the way to the end. And you see these little gaps in here. This is kind of when the music stops and they're just rapping. It's kind of like a pause in the beat, but we can go back through like once we have everything and kind of erase those parts. So it's not really, you don't have to worry about doing that right now. Next, we're going to work on the Lex Luger rim hit. So we're going to want to name this rim, just so we know what it is. You're going to want to place it down once again. And you're going to go over to the rim sound and go on the piano roll. Basically, this is probably the hardest part right here, just finding the actual sound. In my opinion, I had a hard time finding it in my kits because I have so many. I have quite a few of them. So yeah, now we're gonna find out where this is.
I get the drift.
So it's about right there.
I get the drift from my.
It's actually right there.
I get the drift from my.
So just. You can turn off these other ones, by the way. You don't need these ones on as long as you have this one on. And the track that the sound is under, so that you can actually like see it show up on the piano roll. Because if you don't, then it's not gonna show up. So there we go. Now that's done. So basically, here's what we have so far. And now we're gonna work on the snare. This is very easy, in my opinion. So you're gonna actually want to do it like this.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall.
So now we'll go over to our snare. Go in the piano roll.
I get the drip from my wall.
Actually, what we're gonna want to do first is the clap, because that's gonna make it a little bit easier. So now we'll go on the piano roll with the clap.
I get the drip from my wall.
So there you go.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall.
Or it's actually.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my. I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall.
So basically, that's the clap. Same thing here. You're just gonna want to copy and paste it. Now, of course, these sounds may not sound exact, but they'll come really close to sounding exact, like the real thing. So now we're going to want to do the snare. And you're going to want to extend it. Now we'll go into the piano roll with the snare. And now we'll find out what this is.
I get the drip from my wall. 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 I get the drip from my wall.
Alright, so we're actually almost done with the sound, like getting the sound set up. Alright, so now here's what we have so far. Song.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip.
So it sounds very close. Now we're gonna work on the 808. So we're gonna find out.
I get the drip. I get money coming from the vault. I get the drip from my wall.
So about right here. So now we're gonna go up here, rename this 808.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. I get
the 808, in my opinion, is probably going to be the easiest part. If I haven't said something else already was. Because the 808 is very...
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall.
And then it just repeats. That's what's really good about this song, is that everything just repeats itself. So I'm going to want to go in here and go to the 808. I'm going to want to go there. On the C5.
I get the drip from my.
And actually, what I recommend is you have it on cut it so it doesn't like overlay and it just sounds really weird.
I get the drip from my wall.
The only reason it sounds weird right now is because the regular song is a different 808.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall.
And that's basically it with the 808.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. I get the.
That's all the 808 is. So it doesn't actually play throughout the whole song, so there's parts you're going to want to cut it out at.
I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. My baby, she come from. I get the drip from my wall. My baby, she come from my mouth. My money, it come from the vault. I'm smoking on dope like a dog. I'm smoking on dope like a dog. We took the plug down for the car. I'm sipping on lean till I fall. My diamonds they shine with Ross.
So basically here, I'm kind of just going along with this now.
We took the plug down for the car. My money it come from the vault. I get the drip from my wall. Money coming from the vault. I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. My baby, she come from up north. My money, it come from the vault. I'm smoking on dope like a dope. We took the plug down for the car. I'm sipping on lean till I fall. My diamonds, they shine, they Rick Ross. I hop in the phone to get
Okay. So basically,
money coming from the vault. I get the drip from my wall. I get the drip from my wall. My baby, she come from up north. I hop in the phone to get lost.
so right here there's no sounds. So basically you have this right here. But this is very easy to get rid of. You just use the blade tool. You just zoom in and then make some cuts right there so that you can just delete that and not shrink it. This is just a little bit easier in my opinion.
I hop in the phone to get lost. Two bitches, they calling me drip. I fuck him and then we can drip. My 30 inch shoes got it pick.
There's no 808s here, by the way.
Two bitches, they calling me drip. I fuck him and then we can drip. My 30 inch shoes got it pick. I'm sipping on it, so I'm sleeping. I pop me 2 pills and get geeky. I got a little bitch and me Kiki. I think the little bitch Puerto Rican. She chillin' my creep for the weekend. 3 grams at my wood.
808's coming about right here.
3 grams at my wood like a boss. My diamonds, they shine with a floss. My flow and flow like a dog. I hop in that bitch and get lost. My money is starting to get tall. I walk in that mobile at all. My drippy and carry that sauce. I get the
Same thing here. It just,
3 grams.
if you hear it,
My drippy and carry that sauce. I get the drip from my wall.
nothing there again. So you're gonna want to do basically the same thing with the melody. Just use the blade tool. And go through.
I get the drip from my wall. 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 A bad bitch love north. I'm smoking dope to a sauce. Money coming from the vault. I get the drip from my wall. 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 Bad bitch love north. I'm smoking dope to a sauce. Money coming from the vault. I get the drip from my wall.
Okay, so there we go. We have basically everything edited up almost. We're almost done basically. In these parts, where it goes silent, if I turn on the melody in the 808, okay, there's kind of like an echo going on. So there's a way to fix that. Basically what I recommend is you go down to the melody and you're going to want to go to your mixer and insert it into here, and you want to go to slot 1, go to fruity filter, or actually no, we don't need to do that yet. You could basically just go on to your channel rack, click on Nexus, go to the volume, right click and click create automation clip, and this is how you can edit the sound. So basically you want to go where it's silent right here, right click there, right click there, right click here, and just drag these down and drag these over until they're lined up well. Okay, so now there's, if I turn this on, huh. Alright, I'm actually going to retry doing that. So, alright, so we'll get rid of that. I don't know what happened. Create an automation clip. And that's just going to edit out, like, the sound. Oh, it's because this is non. There you go. That was my fault. So basically here, same thing. Go silent. So you're going to want to do the same thing here. And make sure that it's on. So yeah, now it's when you play it in these parts. Basically, you're gonna want to do this because if you were to just do this and just drag it all the way down, all the sound's gonna mute. So basically, these drops is just muting the audio. So now actually, we're gonna do the same thing with the 808. So we're just gonna go here, go to the 808, and create an automation clip for that. The only reason that there's other ways to do this, obviously, but I do it this way because I feel like it's more organized. It may not be for you. Like, you may think that another way might be easier, but for me, this is probably the most organized way of doing it. Okay, so you got one there, and you make 2 points or 4 points there. So now if you turn on the 808, okay, so now there's another effect actually right here
I walk in a mobile alone. My drippy carrying that soul.
where it sounds like it's like you're kind of, it's like, I don't know how to explain what it is, but it sounds kind of like in the background, and it's like, it's really weird. But the way to do that is you want to find out where it starts first of all.
I walk in a
Looks like it starts about right there. So basically, here's where you're going to want to insert everything into the track. Channel routing. I don't know why it's not working. Hold on. There's other ways to do it, but I don't really. This is like the only way I know how to do it. It's more of a time-consuming way of doing it. It's not the best way, but okay. Well, I just did it again, so. Okay, well. Okay, there we go. Same thing with the clap. Snare. And last but not least, the 808. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do is now you're going to want to go to your mixer. So basically, if you're here, you're going to want to go to this icon right here, click on that, set them up in their channel, and like the channels. And then you're going to want to start with Nexus. You're going to click slot 1, go over to Fruity Filter. And this is going to actually give you that effect that you're looking for. So basically what I recommend you do is you kind of just highlight this area because that's where it is. So you come back in here. So there you go. Like right there. So yeah, that's how you're going to want to do that for that. And basically, to make an automation clip for this, you go to this green knob right here next to it. You're going to right click that and click create automation clip, and it actually just does it in this area for you. But you're going to want to actually drag it throughout the whole thing, otherwise it's going to be really weird, and it's going to basically just do it for the whole song. You're not going to like it, basically. So just drag it to there. Do 1 point there. Another one there. Right there. And there. And this you could keep all the way up because that's basically what I want to do it. And actually here, you're going to want to make another another point on each side and just drag those all the way down and next to it, and that's just so that this effect turns off at here. So once again on this side, just drag it all the way down. You could just do it like that. And there you go. That's how you did it. That's how you'll do it for the Nexus part. Since here, it's not. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we're gonna want to go back into here, go over to the triangle, do the same thing, fruity filter. Alright, so good thing for this one, for some reason the triangle actually doesn't work. So now you're going to want to go to the rim tab, sound, fruity filter. I'm actually just going to turn off the triangle temporarily so I can actually hear. Okay, so basically same thing here, right click there, create automation clip. Drag it all the way to the end. Okay. I don't know what happened. I'll just go through there. Drag it all the way to the end once again, making sure that it's like that. And basically I actually explained it wrong. You're gonna want to make these 4 points, but just drag the outer ones down this time instead of the inner ones, and do it like that. Okay, now we go back in. Now we do the clap. Okay, now we have that. Once again, make another automation clip. Drag it all the way to the end. Make the 4 points. It doesn't matter if they're just looped down a little bit because you can just drag them back up. And now we'll go to the snare. Create another automation clip. If you end up taking those things out, you can just, like, if you delete it by accident, basically you could just do Control Z and it'll bring it back in. And last but not least, the 808. And then this is the last automation clip you're going to want to create. Okay. So yeah, now you have all the effect in. But now what you're going to want to do is actually kind of slant them down on the right side just a little bit. Like that, basically. And this is just so that kind of has a the sound of it like going back to the original. It doesn't matter if they're slightly uneven, it's not gonna make a dramatic change to it if they're like a little bit uneven. So you're gonna want to look like that. I mean, this one is really screwed up, but it's fine. Basically, in the regular thing, the melody. This is the channel for the volume. So you want to just make some points and kind of just drag it down so that when you play it, I just want to make it. Yeah. You can do it with everything, but that's kind of up to you. And that's it. Now you have made Famous Dex Drip for My Walk instrumental.